so much for tuning in to She's All Over the Place with Katie. That's me. Today on She's All Over the Place, we have Giota Strikoudi, the one and only. Hi, Giota.
Hello to this beautiful community. I hope you're well and healthy, everybody out there.
Yes. We are definitely in interesting times right now. I am so grateful to be with you and share your story. So, Giota, what a beautiful name. You were born in Greece, right?
Yes, I was born in Greece, in a city called Thessaloniki. And actually, my real name is Panayota, that it means like it's the name of the mother of God.
Yes. My father, his name is Panayoti, so he has the male version of your name.
Ooh, awesome.
Yeah. I always felt like growing up in the Greek tradition, it was such an honor to be called Paniotis or Paniota. It's just like the closest, literally like God. Like it's like the closest to God you could get, you know?
Yes. It's a very common name in Greece. It's a really common name. So I grew up in Thessaloniki. It's the second biggest city after Athens in Greece. It's in the north. It's a very vivid, lively city, full of people. It has a more, easygoing living. We will say it's not very intense. It's close to the sea, and this is why I love my city. And it's close to amazing beaches in Kilkiriki that we usually spend there our summer. And it's a really beautiful place. I also did my studies there, my bachelor.
What's your bachelor's in?
So I studied nutrition and dietetics in the university in Thessaloniki.
How many years were you there? Was it a 4-year program for the bachelor?
Yeah, it was a 4-year program. 4-year program, exactly. And then I had also the blessing, to work with one of the best doctors, nutritionists in Greece, in her clinic for metabolic diseases. That we work, with autoimmune disease patients, cancer patients, metabolic syndrome, diabetes, anything. And that's where actually I really fell in love with my work, with what I'm doing, and I really understood and appreciated the power that nutrition and lifestyle medicine they have in our life.
Definitely. Health is wealth. It's number one.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm surprised because for me, the number one thing is health. I'm so surprised with this being the number one thing. I didn't go after a degree in nutrition or something. So your mom and dad, they live in Greece right now.
They live in Greece, my whole family.
Okay.
And, right now I'm in Milano. I live in Milan.
And when did you move to Milano?
Well, actually, after I was working in the clinic in Greece, I decided that I wanted to go more in research. I want to work in research. So I came in Milan and I work in the University of Milan for research in nutrition and public health. And basically, we work on the relationship of nutrition and cancer. That we focus also, in flavonoids and bladder cancer risk. We did our scientific paper, and for another time, I understood how important is it nutrition, and it can be connected with any health problem that we have, and we can. This is the thing that everybody wants to understand, that we have the power to intervene and transform any health situation that we are in. We just need knowledge, education about it, and then we can really upgrade our life.
Mm-hmm. So how long have you been on lockdown in Italy?
It's actually the third week here. We are in quarantine. But the good thing is that Italians have great vibes. They try to stay positive. They try to, even though we are not connected physically, we are connected spiritually and mentally, and this is very important. Mm-hmm. And it's something that I see around me a lot. That people right now are more connected than any other time, and it's actually. an opportunity, I would say, this times. It's a time of great opportunity, not only as individuals, but as a society, because difficult hard times and friction that catalyze us. In the same time, it mobilizes us for action. And of
Definitely.
course, we shouldn't forget that. How about reminding to ourselves that what are we doing this period, quarantine, is for a higher purpose to save other lives, and we are all together to this, and that's
Yeah.
why we have to take these measures. So, it's something bigger and something we do as a society, and it's amazing at the same time, even though hard. It's really amazing how connected
Yeah.
we've been.
Yeah. So I have a question. So like in America, we have Amazon Prime here. So not everyone, but so or like, Direct Fresh or Hello Fresh. So there's places who can, I mean, there's so many, not so many, but places who can deliver your groceries because it's difficult to go out. And obviously you have to have health precautions about having things delivered to you because where did it come from in the world and who was touching it, right? Hands on for sure. Someone in the world has been
You
touching,
never know. You never know. Of
has
course,
been
we have to be
contact.
very careful.
Yeah. So how are you receiving food? Like, did you go out? Are you going out to get your stuff, or did you have things delivered? What's going on? How are you?
Yeah, so of course there are the supermarkets are open, and you can go, you can shop. In the same time, you can order, but it takes, let's say, more time to bring you the things that you order, because of course everybody's ordering right now online.
Mhm.
But it's not. You can always have the possibility to take food, and even by go there, even order online. So it's actually the same way as in USA, imagine.
Got it. Okay, okay, okay. Being inside and your passion and love for nutrition, what are some, healthy tips that you're really passionate about that we can share with the viewers? Some things we can do or focus on, or maybe things we've been doing, and then to enhance that, that would be really cool. Maybe if you wanted to share some stuff with us.
Yeah, so I think it's good for our psychology, especially these days, these times, to discuss things that are not of such serious matter. So that's why we decided, and I would like to discuss some female things like bloating, weight gain, belly fat. Because let's not forget that in the end of the day, spring is around the corner, summer will be coming, and we want to feel good, we want to feel healthy, and that is what it is about. It has nothing to do with vanity or non-essential matters. It has to do with our health. So what's more important, especially right now, to talk about
Mm-hmm.
our health.
Yeah. Yeah, being healthy and keeping our health, definitely, and feeling good and keeping our confidence up during these trying times. Like you said, summer's around the corner, so I see a lot of people doing these like online workouts. So it's like everyone's doing these online workouts, and people are, the number one thing I hear is routine, and like be physically active. So yeah, definitely this is an important topic for sure.
Yeah, it's really impressive how much people right now they're focusing on their health, and it should be like that. It's also a time that we can change our priorities, understand that these are the things, one of the things that we should focus. And I mean, why not enrich our knowledge a little bit with things that make our quality of life really better? So bloating, belly fat, and gain weight. It's something that many women are struggling with. And
Yeah. So let's talk about the belly fat and the bloating. I actually started a fast 23 days ago. And so before my fast, I'm telling you right now, like I remember when I was in Greece a couple summers ago, one person that I didn't even know, she was very sweet, and I was wearing this baby doll dress, and she's like, "How far along are you?" I'm like, I'm not pregnant. But like I had this bloating, and then I saw a film director that I'm friends with the next day, and he asked me the same thing. He's like, "Kiriaki, like, are you pregnant?" And I'm like, "No." So then I went home to America, and then I did this fasting for 35 days. I lost 12 pounds. That was a couple years ago, and I haven't done a fast like that since now. And literally, I'm on day 23 of a fast, but so I've noticed in my past around my hips area, I would just be like bloated. Like what is going on? Like some people don't bloat because they don't eat, or they just don't have maybe these issues going on, or maybe it's what they're eating, their diet. Who knows? I don't know what's going on, but you tell me, like what's going on with bloating and how can we prevent it?
Exactly. I cannot describe you how many women are coming to me and they're like, I haven't changed anything in my nutrition, my diet, and I gain weight. I'm all the time bloating, and what you describe is something that in many women have happened actually. So I would like to take you a little bit with me at the thinking process of what is happening in our body. And as you know, the body is this consistent puzzle of building blocks that are all connected. And the weight, and especially the weight gain in the belly and the bloating, is something that we feel very stressed about, because it's not only that it doesn't look very attractive, but it's also, a sign that something doesn't go right metabolically.
Mm-hmm.
So if we, let alone the bigger number in clothes, the storage of fat is not happening in the right way. And there are many reasons for that. I want to take you away from calorie restriction and, very strenuous diets that they have very often the yo-yo effect, that you lose weight and you take it back, and then again. It's a vicious cycle that it never ends. And I would like to address that belly fat is basically a sign that you are certainly eating at the wrong times, because it's not only important, what you eat, and it's also when you eat. It's really of imperative importance.
How can you find out when's the best time one should eat?
Exactly. So, let's look a little bit in our digestive system. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So our gut is a function that we have on our 24-hour basis. Okay. And the biggest and effective way of digesting is in the morning and until the noon, and then it's starting to go, lower and lower. And the thing is that we sometimes, we eat our salad in the evening before we go to bed, our healthy salad with raw vegetables, and we're like, okay, I'm eating healthy, it's everything good. But I have to say something that it can be really helpful to your journey to get away of belly fat and bloating. It should be better to eat raw food until ideally 4 o'clock or 6 o'clock in the evening, because later the digestive system is not so effective in digesting raw food. So it's better if you eat after 6 o'clock. And we know that in Western world, our biggest meal usually is in the evening, our dinner. It should be better to eat something that is cooked,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
warm cooked, even no vegetables, no raw vegetables, no fruits, even though fruits are amazing. It's a food that should be consumed in the morning or until 4-6 o'clock in the evening.
Got it.
So yeah, you can eat, of course, cooked vegetables and good quality protein, and anything. Just to be already cooked. It's a really important matter.
Definitely.
That many people, they cannot really address it if they don't think about it. So
Yeah,
this
people just eat whatever whenever. That's why it's really important to have a routine, even with your, what we put into our mouth.
Exactly. And it doesn't have to be, that you change something right away. You can do it slowly, starting to experiment with your, cooking imagination and your schedule. You always have to make your diet adjusted to your schedule.
Okay, so like obviously fried foods aren't good for you, but they taste really good. And like,
Mhm.
sugars, like, chocolates and things like that. And, I mean, no matter what, if they're good for you or not good for you, people are still, let's say you're not a vegan or you're not like a raw person, and, you like mix and flow, like you're aware, but you're still going to have the fried foods and you're still going to have the chocolates, mindfully time to time. When would be the best time to have those fried foods? Like, obviously not at nighttime, but that's when people tend to like the fried foods and the sweets at the nighttime. So, what is a good time for the people who are going to still, have those kinds of foods? Is there a time that would be better?
I mean, of course, it should be better to be earlier in the day,
Yeah.
so as the body has a time to digest and burn more calories after the consumption of these foods. And of course, even if you eat fried food, um, very very important thing to eat these kind of things with something that is healthy. So, okay, we are human beings. We are not perfect. Sometimes we're gonna eat something that is not considered so healthy. But let's say when you eat your ice cream, just try before this to eat some vegetables, or during the day some other foods that are healthy, like fruits, and just try to keep the balance. This is
Yeah,
important.
yeah. When I do a meal, I'm mindful of like, okay, if I'm gonna have this, maybe it's a pasta or something, then couple it with a salad to make sure I'm getting my tomatoes and the enzymes and cucumbers. So yeah, like, okay, cool. So like do a combo kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly. And also, it's very important to chew the food very well, because in this way you help to digest it even more easily. Uh,
Definitely. Yeah.
yeah, it's very very important. We have to help our body. We don't want to make it work more and more for our choices, our nutrition choices. And so the second reason that causes bloating and belly fat and every bad thing that we don't want to see in our body, it's possibly that you have gone into a state of insulin resistance. Okay, so this basically means that the insulin that is secreted by the pancreas is this little gland that is responsible for digesting the sugar, the carbs, and the fats. And the insulin doesn't hear that well anymore, which have to do with stress, with aids, with the wrong foods at the wrong time, especially sugar. Sugar can really make our insulin glucose system out of balance. So, these are all situations that can start and trigger insulin resistance, which then, from mild insulin resistance, goes to a strong insulin resistance, then pre-diabetic state, then diabetic state, then you maybe, have to take some medications, insulin. So, there is no reason to be at high risk for this for diabetes and these kind of things, because it's something that you can change and stay away of the situation by the nutrients that you put in your body. So insulin resistance is another thing.
So I have a question about insulin resistance. Are you into different supplements that could help your insulin and supplements in general? Do you have go-to ones that you like?
Of course, there are some supplements that can help. Even though we always try, to nourish our body with whole foods, and if this is not enough, we then go to the supplements. For some specific cases, of course, supplements are of high importance. But for example, cinnamon or eating low glycemic index food is the number one thing you can do to lower your glucose level. Okay, so even if you take the right supplements, if you don't do the proper nutrition, you don't really help your body. You have to stay consistent, and as long as you do it in a natural way, your body will thank you and will thrive. As for supplements, magnesium is one supplement that really helps.
Magnesium?
Magnesium, yeah, and chromium. It's one very good supplement. But again, I would say that the power that nutrition have is even more than supplements, even more than medicine. As the Greek philosopher said, Hippocrates, let the food be your medicine and your medicine be your food. It's exactly like that. And imagine, he said that ages before. We have all these researches. It's really wise.
I really love that quote. Thank you for sharing.
Regarding our nutrition in relationship with insulin resistance and balance of glucose insulin, fibers are very important.
Like what kind of fibers?
Well, vegetables, fruits, and
Flaxseed is a great fiber.
Flaxseed is an amazing source of fiber, and it has also many omega-3 fatty acids that they're very healthy.
What do you think about coffee? As like people say, coffee is like a diuretic, right?
Yeah, I mean, coffee is another story, really, because many people cannot really digest well coffee because some. Research has shown that not all the people have the same ability to digest coffee. It has to do with some enzymes and some genetic variations they have in their body. So not all the people have the same ability to digest coffee. So for the people that are not so efficient, it can cause some problem, a spike in the glucose, and then the glucose go very, very low and then again spike. So you have to listen to your body. So when people they ask me about this, I say if you think that for you it's not a problem, you feel that it's okay, go for it. You don't have to stop drinking it. Of course, it's very important to don't put extra sugar in your coffee, because this is another thing. If you drink like 2-3 times a day coffee, and every time you put a little sugar more, it's sugar that you don't understand, that you put. It's a tricky thing.
When I'm going to the market or little gas stations or stores in the past when we were able to go outside freely,
Yes.
I would always, when going to buy something, I'll look at the sugar content, and if I like 0, but my rule of thumb is if it's less than 10. So if I look at something and it's like 30 grams of sugar or 20 something or 40, I'm like, I just like, there's no way. I don't drink anything that has that much sugar. No way. I prefer unsweetened tea, 0 sugars in all of my drinks. But yeah, so that's kind of like a hack to have less sugar inside my body. I never add salt to anything unless it's Himalayan salt when I'm cooking, and but I never add like sugar to anything. I don't own any sugar. Like I don't put sugar in anything. I want to say I don't own butter. However, I do have a butter. I know it's like ghee's the thing, ghee, right? Ghee instead of butter.
Yeah, of course. I mean, many times people are more they're counting the calories, and they're more focused on calories than from which source these calories are coming from. So it's much better to eat more fat, for example, more good fat, than eat more sugar. Much more better. Much better.
Yeah, I know avocado has like a lot of fat, but it's the good fat. And in California, I mean, we eat avocados all the time. They're so delicious.
Avocados are amazing in California, and also here with a lot of avocados, but here, of course, with more olive oil, the other very good source of, good fat. Yeah, but things like this, olive oil, avocado, nuts, almond butter, this kind of things are much better and more natural. And if you want to taste sometime more sweet flavor, you can always choose some natural sweeteners like honey, or some dried fruits like date,
Oh yeah.
or some exotic fruits that are naturally more sweet, and you can even make like treats that are guilty free. You can do, for example, avocado mousse with avocado, cacao without sugar, banana, or dates to add more sweet flavor, and then put some cinnamon, some pistachios, or be creative. It's all about this.
Oh, I was gonna say I actually have like I'm gonna make like a banana pudding in the oven, and I'm gonna put, yeah, I don't know, like you said, some cinnamon. I should put cinnamon with that. What should I put with the bananas? I'm gonna like warm up some bananas.
Yeah, and even some coconut oil, coconut milk. There are so many. I mean, nature has provide us anything we really need. No, I would say we just have to have the basic knowledge, to choose wisely our food, and then we can do whatever we want. We don't have to see a specific diet plan written in a paper. We just have to have the education first of all, and then we can
Definitely.
be our own nutritionist, our own doctor.
Yeah, definitely. So yeah, my mom, she sent me this ninja. So I was making all these smoothies, and I would put cacao and flax, and I would do almond milk, and I would just, do the protein that was vegan, no whey, no milk. I was just doing these smoothies. And oh, for me, for like a sweetener, I would do cherries or strawberries, like blueberries and peanut butter, and that would be the sweetener for me. Like you said, add honey would be awesome too. So what happened was I was like killing it with these smoothies, and I was just like delicious, yum yum. But the bloating was still there, and I was like, oh my god, what is going on? And then for some reason, I just like switched off of almond milk, and I went to coconut milk. I'm like on oat milk right now. Like that's what I do, like mostly oat milk. But at the time, I was doing coconut milk, and like my bloating went away. And I was like, oh, it's like I have an allergic reaction in my gut for some reason to the almond milk. And it's like, and my friend pointed out, like, do you know how much almonds are? Like they're super expensive. So you're getting like this whole carton of almond milk, like the percentage of actual almonds in there, it's super small, and it's all starch. And what is starch? It's sugar. So like you said, education, we have to be educated about the ingredients and see what's in there, because a lot of things say certain things, but then it breaks down to just a sugar or like natural flavors. So we have to be very mindful of ingredients.
Exactly, because some healthy stuff that you consider healthy, like almond milk. If you read the ingredients, they put so much sugar or other preservatives that it's not, naturally healthy, and they just put the name of one of the things that is inside, but it's not the only thing. So we have to be very careful, and as you said, very mindful for what we choose to put in our inner temple, in our body. So as you said, you have to see what is working better for you. I mean, for you it was better coconut milk. Maybe it was also the time that you consume these smoothies that brought to you more bloating. But we always have to listen our body. Eating should be intuitive. you have to eat this time, and this. You have to listen to your body. Sometimes you need, let's say, more carbohydrates. Sometimes you need more protein. Sometimes you need fresh things.
Yeah. Like
Sometimes
you
more
said,
sweet.
your body and your instincts will tell you like, oh, like I'm wanting to have this or I'm wanting to have that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
totally.
first you have to take your body and your digestive system in a level that is working optimally. It's in the higher level, and then it can really choose wisely and tell you exactly what you need. But many times when there is inflammation inside your body, something, as we said, there is no balance in insulin glucose levels, or you choose for a long period of time the wrong foods, then of course your body, it's like, is losing its ability for own healing. So that's why there are some things that we can do to make it again to be naturally wise and help us understand what is working better for us.
Yeah, no, not even like, taking in the wrong foods, but maybe you're hanging around the wrong people because it's a lifestyle. So if like you're around other people, it's so hard. I know so many people, they're like, oh, I want to eat this way or I want to do this, but so and so doesn't do it. And they blame it on their partner and they have a projection that they're not taking care of their own health because of their outside circumstances, which is an addiction and temptation. And it's super difficult. So sometimes, it's hard if you live with someone, and it's someone you love or care about, but they're not like on the same alignment level that you are. So it's important to connect with people like yourself and like online communities of people and apps. Like there's a zero app I love, my friend turned me on to when I was doing intermittent fasting. So that's like because it says, oh, over 600,000 people are intermittent fasting with you right now. So then you feel like you're not alone. So if you feel like you're alone and you're like, oh, but my husband or my boyfriend or my partner, blah, 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 like, it's your environment. And it's hard because it's addicting, especially if you want to, make new changes. And it's important to like do one thing at a time, or sometimes all or nothing. I'm very intense and some people can do that and some people can't. But if you're the person who isn't like that, like just taking one thing out to create space to put something new in, and like documenting, journaling, having it be a process, like an interpersonal thing that you develop with oneself. It takes courage and it takes time.
Of course, it's extremely, extremely right what you said. The environment is very important, and the community that we surround ourselves. We can be inspired by other people. They can give us power to go on, and I would say be the role model. Be the role model for a healthy, vibrant life, and you really need to understand when you are ready to change some things in your life. Not everybody is ready in the same time, as you said, and you have to take your time. You have to really appreciate first and make, it's all about priorities. When you are healthy, and when you put in balance your body, then it's not only about hormone balance or insulin balance. You change everything. You change your environment, you change your relationships, you change even your career. You maybe understand that it's not something what you're doing right now that it really fills you and makes you happy. And when anything that doesn't make you feel in the optimal level, you want it to change.
Yeah.
And people always remember, if you want to get better, focus on health. Focus on health, not on the disease. So where you put your energy, where you focus your mind, this is where you are going.
Yeah, speaking of that disease, like an inflammation, the number one root cause of any disease is inflammation.
Exactly, exactly.
We
And the third thing that I'm going to address. So we said about the wrong food, the right time. Then we should consume raw food until 6 o'clock, and after cooked food. We said about insulin resistance, that we can choose wisely our food and to be less glycemic, our diet.
Mm-hmm.
And the third very important thing that is very related to bloating, weight gain, and all the diseases, as we said, I mean, even if not all, most of them, is inflammation. So, and many, I want to explain a little bit more about this, because it's something that it's a concept that many people have not really understand well, and I would like to address more.
Great.
Chronic inflammation can cause things like unexplained gain weight, belly fat. You can feel tired in the morning after you just woke up, and you have no energy to pull yourself together to do some exercise routine. You have low libido. You have a lot of cravings for sweets. You have, anyway, many other issues, but let's focus on this now. So chronic inflammation doesn't mean only that your CRP levels in your blood exams are high. It means that your vital organs are working in a suboptimal way for a long time. And the vital organs is definitely the gut, is the liver, is the pancreas, is the hormones. And one of the most powerful ways that we can actually, bring down chronic inflammation is with healing the gut.
Mm-hmm.
And we can do this with choosing the right food and, put out of our diet some specific food groups that have been shown to increase inflammation in our body.
For example?
So, for example, gluten. Gluten is a molecule that it's a protein actually that have been found to be very related to inflammation.
There's a lot of gluten in beer. That's why, like, all these guys or people who do the beer, they have these like huge gut bellies, right?
It's in beer. It's in the flour. It's in the conventional bread, pasta.
So when you have pasta, you have gluten-free pasta?
Nowadays, we're very lucky because you can find almost anything without gluten,
Yeah.
And you don't have to use substitutes, you don't have to buy pasta without gluten. You can buy rice, you can cook millet, you can cook sweet potato. I mean,
I love sweet potatoes. Oh my god, they're so good.
it's one of it's a really great source of carbohydrates. So you don't have to eat bread or pasta or pizza. And
how about sweet potato soup? Yum.
sometimes you have, of course. If you are in Italy, believe me, it's really hard to keep on that. But anyway, so gluten is also it's a very tricky molecule because it goes and sticks in your hormone receptors, and then your hormones cannot actually go and hook there that they are supposed to go and hook on. And then there are coming the problems like bloating, fatigue, headaches, and all these things. And also, it's a molecule that it's a quite big particle. So this makes the membranes in our gut more permeable for molecules that are not supposed to exit from the gut, from our colon, to the bloodstream. And this is, the leaky gut. And then comes all the things, bloating, headaches, pain.
So many people don't know why. They're like, oh, I'm bloating or I have a headache. And it's continuous for years. And they don't know that that's the problem.
Exactly. And, I'm not saying that it's easy to put out, this from your diet, but it's something that you can do. And isn't it worth it for your health? I mean, even if you eat something and after this, you don't feel good, you don't feel full of energy, vibrant energy, you feel sleepy. there is no reason to keep doing this to yourself. You're mistreating yourself.
Yeah,
So
well, we're emotional beings, so like we're emotionally sensorial and emotional. So since like it's tangible, it feels good. I like to eat it. It gives me a rush, a crave. It's what I'm used to. So we're emotionally addicted to the pain and suffering, and then it's a cycle, and we're like, oh, I'm full. I'm not going to do that again. But then we go and do it. So yeah, isn't it worth to break that addiction and to break that cycle? So instead of complaining and worrying and having that be our story all the time, we actually cut it out so we can actually be happy. It's like be happy and be fulfilled and feeling good, and have that pattern be stronger than the old patterns of that same unhealthy cycle. It takes a lot of will, but isn't the will worth it? For sure, definitely. Ugh.
of course, and when you start doing these changes and you see how you feel, this light feeling and full of energy, and anything is working are supposed to be working, inside you and outside of you, because everything is related. You get addicted, to
Mm-hmm.
this higher level. So you respect more your body, and you choose more wisely, But of course, it takes time. You need to experience first, to see how you react to the food, and then make the changes. So after gluten, dairy is another thing that is very related to inflammation.
Mm-hmm.
Many people can have lactose intolerance, but it's not only this. It's the hormones that we find very often in dairy products. And it's
Mm-hmm.
not only about conventional dairy products. Is even in organic milk, when this organic milk is coming from pregnant cows, there are higher levels of estrogen, hormones.
Mm-hmm.
So this is something that disrupts our hormone balance in our body, and it's all related. It's all related. Then it's starting, the bloating and all these bad bad results. So dairy and gluten, be more, be really careful. And I'm saying again, we live in a period of time that we have plenty of other options. You can choose to eat coconut yogurt,
Yep, I do.
except from milk yogurt, or
Yeah. There's
uh,
this brand, it's called SO. It's like So Delicious. That's what it's called, So Delicious. That's what I use. When I do drink coffee from time to time, I have a coconut creamer that's So Delicious brand. They have different flavors. And when I get their yogurt, that's what I have. There's like blueberry and there's chocolate, but it's like coconut milk. It's so good. But like you said, there's plenty of options now. And the reason why it's difficult also, it's because everything's oversaturated and there's just so many things with dairy. So really reading the ingredients and going to the sections where it's not dairy, like, so you have to know your go-to brands.
Exactly. You have to always read the ingredients, do a little, research, and see what is working best for your body. And so after, you eliminate some foods that are causing you inflammation, and it's not only about these two specific groups. For everybody is different. Maybe you cannot tolerate something else very well. You have to work on it. You have to work with your healthcare provider to find out what's the root cause of your inflammation. And it's not coming only from food. Even stress is another
Oh
very
yeah,
important.
isn't it like a lot of the bloating and inflammation is due to stress, so it's like the cortisol like goes straight to the hip.
Yeah, it's very, very, very well connected, stress and inflammation. And we can always do some things to eliminate the stress. We have to learn to manage our stress. Some examples could be a massage, lymphatic, especially lymphatic massage. Another thing could be Tai Chi, yoga, meditation. Also, here, listen good music. Also, another thing that you may not have thought about it, is essential oils and candles. Because when you smell this amazing smelling, this has a transformative power for your brain, and
Yeah, like
because
lemon, citrus, those are supposed to make you happier. I actually have a diffuser here, and you can put peppermint to expand your nose and your lungs. So if you're feeling clogged, to clear the heart area, definitely. Oh, so you said the lymphatic. So I know of this place. It's so amazing. It's called IMD Beauty Spa. Fortunately, they just opened in Beverly Hills, California. So there's one in Beverly Hills and there's one in New York. And when you come back to the States, I'm going to take you. Irani, she's from Brazil and she studied there, and she brought over all these Brazilian therapists. And so what they do is you have an assessment, and you go in there and she checks all your lymph nodes, and we have thousands of lymph nodes. And our circadian rhythm, we naturally detox around 4 p.m. So that's the best time to take collagen if, people are taking collagen. But we have all these thousands of lymph nodes, and they carry all our toxins from the environment and just all the stress, all the toxicity. So we naturally like detox our lymph nodes.
that
And yeah, and so lymphatic drainage massage is amazing, and I do that. So, and they check your lymph nodes, because like when I was a kid, I remember I would have these like big balls like on the back of my neck. I'm like, yo, what's going on? Like I went to the doctor. I thought it was like a tumor or something. I was a kid. I didn't know what it was. And it was just like sinuses from allergies, and they're just like full. So yeah, IMD Beauty Spa, they put you in this infrared sauna for like 10 to 20 minutes, and like all your pores open up and you get nice and toasty and warm, and it's a healing property. And then they have like a rolling pin, and they massage your it's a lymphatic drainage massage. And afterwards you want to like drink, before and after, like a lot of water to flush out the toxins. I grew up getting massages since I was like a preteen. I ran cross country. I had meets twice a week. And so while all the kids, when I was a teenager, all the kids were out like, the party kids or the rebel kids were out like, who knows, like doing whatever, or like smoking weed or drinking, or who knows, or going on dates. I would be at these student clinics getting massages the night before my race, and I'd be getting like 2-hour massages just to like relax my body. And yeah, so I'm really big into massage and clearing the toxins. And every time I would be getting a massage ever since I was little, they're always like, drink a lot of water, drink a lot of water. I'm like, okay, what's this drinking a lot of water BS? Like, what do you mean drink a lot of water? But now I understand it's because like you have these lymph nodes, and they're pushing the lymph nodes, and there's these toxins, and for them to flush out, they flush out, from when you urinate or something.
Yeah. Of course, and it's a natural way to do detox, as you said. Massage is a really natural way, and again, it's another thing that can help to stress is diaphragmatic breathing. And I want to say again about essential oils that the ability of essential oils on both the mind and the body is what makes them truly unique among natural therapeutic substances. Because research has shown that the effect of fragrance on the sense of smell can exert strong effects on the brain, especially on the hypothalamus, that is the hormone command center of the body, and limbic system, the seat of emotions, except from the place that detox is coming from. So people, it's the right time. I mean, essential oils you can always use, even now that we are at our homes and we cannot go out. A little smell can really change your mood and make everything better. And the other thing
Do you have your own essential oil line?
so to be honest, I really love the essential oils of Young Living.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it's an amazing company. They have natural products. They have essential oils. They have also cosmetics. They have cleaning products for the house.
Really?
Yes, it's an amazing
Wow, I'm
company.
gonna have to check that out. I definitely need some for the home. So, that's really cool.
Something you can order, online even now, and it can really transform your everyday life.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Wow. I'm thinking during this time, I'm like, oh my God, what if next time I talk to Yota, just kidding, she's gonna be like, yeah, my own essential oil line.
Yeah.
Being in Los Angeles and going to all these festivals and these spiritual, like, conventions and events, and just like having so many spiritual, like, enlightened, amazing friends and communities, like there's all these different ones. And it's like, oh my God, like, I mean, some people are like really anal, like sometimes, or even, a Whole Foods market, or like a place you go to and there's oils. It's like some you can just get for like $6, $7. And then there's like some that it's like 40. It's like, oh geez, because they're like, oh, it's like taken from the leaf, or, it's extracted in a certain way. So like, how do you know? Like, I mean, that's a whole blanketed situation within its own. Like, I mean, obviously I appreciate you, giving us a recommendation of your go-to one, but how can one who's just getting into essential oils, like, know, like, I mean, obviously reading the reviews to know how it's extracted, or knowing the quality, and I mean, and how important is that to have the finest, highest quality if you're just getting started? You know what I mean?
Yeah, so this is one of the reasons, actually, the most important reason that I chose to take my essential oils from Young Living, because they have really high quality. And as you said, essential oils can be distilled or extracted in different ways that will have dramatic effects on their chemistry and medicinal action. So for oils, they're derived from a second or third distillation of the same plant material are usually not as potent as oils extracted during the first distillation. So essential oils are not simple substances. Each oil is a complex structure of hundreds of different chemicals. You have to choose wisely again, and to trust the source that you take the essential oils, especially if you also drink them or you put in your skin, because there are different ways that you can smell it. You can just put it in your skin.
Yeah,
You
I have
can.
friends who put like droplets in their drink, or like before they're flying, they'll just like put it on their wrist and like always have it. Yeah, my friend Randy Thomas, she's a voiceover artist. She's amazing. She's the voice for ABC Nightline right now. She's the first female announcer ever. She's groundbreaking and legendary. And she has a routine with her, with her drinks, of what she does, like every single time, like every day. It's like her thing. So it's a routine. So people creating a routine. So you can have a routine with your essential oils. And so from what I'm thinking now, I have a deeper understanding. Instead of just like having peppermint to have peppermint, so having it extracted from like the top quality source is the same thing as, like, instead of just eating just to eat, or like having a burger just to have a burger, by having the best quality burger, it's more beneficial for your lifestyle. And then also, like, having the best oils is like, if you're just going to have like a whatever oil for your sensorial being, for your brain, for your hypothalamus, it's great to better to have the top quality extracted, so it's affecting your sensorial brain and glands, like all around,
Yeah,
like
exactly,
more
exactly.
okay, cool. Now I understand the difference, because I'm like, okay, let me just buy this rose oil. Why do I have to buy the one that's like, $15 to $20 more, when I could just get it for this price? Because I understand now. So the effect, it's the quality over the quantity.
And yeah, if the quality is good, you don't need to put like 10 drops to feel, the effect. You just use 2, 3 drops and everything is done. It's another thing. We have to choose quality over quantity, you know.
I like to put drops in my bath.
It's
Mhm.
a really nice way also to enjoy essential oils. Body is different. You can do also your own mix for different essential oils. It's a whole science, essential oils and the use of
Oh,
essential oils, like alchemy.
yeah, yeah.
You know.
My godmother, Ileana, who she's like a
hmm
Grecian goddess. She used to buy all these like amazing, like, foo products and this and like, top tier best of everything. And now, because our senses change over time, and our interests and everything like that. But for years, she told me, she just she has her essential oils, and she'll buy something simplistic like Nivea or just like a simplistic lotion, and she just mixes her essential oils, her top quality essential oils, with the lotion, just a basic lotion, instead of like spending $80 or like so much money on these lotions, because they can be very expensive. So yeah, you can just make your own.
Yeah, exactly. And it's a really great natural way, to take care of your body, highest quality products that you make. What's better than this? So
Yeah.
for the people that are interested in essential oils, I can give my code, and they can take online even now these days. It's
What's the
a
code?
yeah.
Yeah, what's the code? I'm
Okay.
gonna use it,
Okay.
girl. I'm using the code. I actually wrote down today essential oils. Like that's one of the things I need to order with my new diffuser here. Because at nighttime, it's just sometimes I get like my nose gets all dried up. So I think it's gonna really help my sleep. Oh yeah, we'll just put it in the show notes. All good.
Yeah. Better,
Just
better, better.
yeah, email it to me. We'll put it in
So,
the show notes.
it's something I didn't plan to do, because it's something that I got involved actually when I came in New York, young living, and it's like, we can take products from them. You can order products for them that really they have amazing products, and I use by myself every day. And at the same time, you can, to order from them, you have to have a code for another person. So you cannot just go and order by yourself. Somebody else have to tell you about this, and you go order. And
I
it's
like
all
that.
yeah,
We're
it's a
by
business also,
referral.
kind of, because
It's what?
it's like a business thing also, because you can
Mm-hmm.
refer to people about these products, and they can order from with your name, let's say.
Yeah. Send me the
To
code,
talk
girl.
to people about
I'm gonna
this.
check it out.
Yeah, because of course, it's very important to really feel connect and believe in their, in their path, in their
Mission.
product. So that's why I also wanted to first try them, and then to advise people use them. So because I tried, and I'm telling you, they're amazing.
Wow.
It's something that I love, and I want to, make more people start using them.
Yeah, I want to contact them and be like, yo, be a sponsor for She's All Over the Place.
And it's a passive income, of course, for
Yeah.
the people. I mean, we women have amazing ways
Yeah.
to be more independent, and why not earning passive income with something that we really love and we believe in. It's not something that you do only for this. You really believe in this, and you want. It's really the whole philosophy. I will send you the link, and you check it, and you tell
Yeah.
me.
Yeah, well, I'm getting to know it now, but also during these times, it's like you said, like being empowered, believing in the philosophy, the mission, and it's like right now it's word of mouth. It's not like you can be like, "Oh, let me come over and show you." No, it's like I've been using it. This is what's happened to me and the people, my friends and stuff, and then they get on board and they like it, but it's a way to make passive income online by referral, because everything nowadays it's going to be all about, empowering and trusting one another, and everything else is collapsing. Like all the old stuff, it's collapsing. So this is the new ground. This has been the new ground for a while, but this is like the solid ground that the masses are going to be connecting to and jumping on the train that we're already all on.
Exactly, and it's something that it's online, so you don't have to go out. You can take anything you want, even cleaning things for the house. Even they have some amazing products, like supplements. Of course, the essential oils, the cosmetics.
Yeah.
And in the same time is the whole philosophy. And now in this period, everybody's focused on their well-being, on their health, and they have time. They want to invest in their health. So I think it's a
Yeah.
really great opportunity for you also to get involved in this and to promote to people about these products.
Okay, well, thanks for sharing. Definitely. Speaking of supplements and products that we believe in, so You Theory is a brand, and they're actually like I'm a part of the You theory family, and they have ashwagandha, and it's really great for, anti-stress and calmity. It's pretty amazing. So
It's an amazing adaptogen herb,
mhm.
actually, ashwagandha. It's really amazing.
Yeah, so I'm really, really into ashwagandha by them. And then they also have this one, it's called Saffron, and it's from the saffron flower, and it's for, enabling the mood and enhance focus. So I really like Saffron too.
Yes,
Oh, and
saffron.
go ahead,
Yeah.
sorry.
No, no, I would say saffron is a really, high nutrient dense. It's a superfood. Saffron is a superfood, and actually, in Greece there is a city called Kozani that they have one of the best saffron in the world. The quality is really, really high.
Where?
In Greece.
Oh, wow. No, I didn't know. Oh my God.
It's called
Really?
like Krokos Kozanis in Greek. Krokos
Brrr.
Kozanis. And it's really amazing. And you can put it in your rice. You can make amazing risotto with saffron. You can make also tea with saffron.
Really?
You can,
Oh yeah, my sister made me a saffron tea. Oh yeah, like not so long ago.
yeah.
So yeah, they come in these vegan capsules. So I'm actually going to be making this risotto, and I'm going to just open the capsule and put some in.
yeah, you need even a little can change the plate, and it's also a good idea before you put it in the food that you're cooking to put the little saffron with a little water for 5 minutes, and then put the water with saffron in the thing that you're cooking, because in that
Oh,
way it's gonna
marinate. Yeah.
yeah.
Great. I was wondering about that. I was thinking like I'm making this like vegetable soup, and it lasts me the whole week. This amazing vegetable soup. So I'm just during these times. So I was just thinking like, oh yeah, if I just open the saffron and put it right in, like how is it going to be? So, cuz I put the ginger and the black pepper and Himalayan salt and like cayenne. So yeah, I'm going to do that. I'm going to have a bowl with water and then just open 2 capsules of saffron and then and put it in. I'm gonna do that on my next soup.
Yeah. And also, now that we're talking about superfoods, and this time we need to boost our immune system, and there are
Yeah.
some foods that can help us on this. And for example, curcumin also is another
Mm-hmm.
amazing use in your kitchen. Curcumin, and it's if you use curcumin, it's very important to the same time use black pepper,
Yep.
because the combination of curcumin and black pepper makes the good effects even higher.
Mm-hmm.
So you can mix black pepper and curcumin in everything you cook, really, to fish, to your
Yum.
soup, to your smoothies, in everything.
Ooh, really? I wouldn't think to put it into a smoothie. That
Yeah.
sounds delicious. Or I guess you could even put it on like baked potatoes
Yeah,
or
it's really.
asparagus. Oh my God.
Yeah. Salmon, if you make salmon and
Mm-hmm.
you put a little curcumin, it's transforming the
Okay.
plate.
Like while you're baking it, you just
Yeah,
put it on.
yes,
Oh
yeah.
wow, wow, wow. That sounds really yummy. So and then I love zucchini. Like I love making like a zucchini
Yeah.
and like vegetable like curries and like mixing it with like a coconut curry. So that'd be cool to maybe put some on there as well.
Yes, it's an amazing combination. And also, oregano is another,
Mhm.
anti-inflammatory food, antivirus also. So oregano is another superfood, we could say.
Okay, and then for cooking as a spice, but also it's very popular for people to be taking for their immune system oil of oregano. The
Yes,
mhm.
it's a good supplement. It's one of the supplements that I use a lot in my practice, and it's a good supplement. I can. So, we were talking about the changes we can do, eliminate inflammation. So
Please.
one is to choose the good stuff to eat. The other way we can help is by giving our digestive system a little break. And here comes intermittent fasting. So
Woohoo!
Yeah, it's an amazing thing we can do to our body. It really heal us, you know. So actually, when you give a rest to your gut, and if you have every 2-3 hours to digest something, if you eat every 2 to 3 hours to digest something, the digestive system put all the energy, and your body put all the energy to digest your food. So if you give your body a break for digesting food, it gives its energy to do all the other repair works it needs to be done, in your body, and can heal your body naturally. Also, it's one of the most gentle ways to lose weight, my ladies and everybody. As it's
It gives
it's
your mind great discipline too.
it's a great discipline, but also it's something that really liberates you, because you don't have to think, oh, it's this time I have to eat, and I have to eat every 2 to 3 hours. Or, there are some people that when they wake up in the morning, they're not even hungry. And in the past, dietitian, nutritionists, they're like, you have to eat breakfast, in any case, even if you're not hungry, and you have to eat every 2 to 3 hours. But now we see that it's not like that. And there are many things that have proved that intermittent fasting, and generally to don't eat so often, is a really good way to help your system, your body.
Yeah, there's an app called Zero, and so the intermittent fasting is you can do 16-hour, 18-hour, and then plus. Have you done it before? Do you do it now?
Yes, yes. I mean, from my experience, I have seen amazing results for me and my patients. You really, you have this clarity, except from the metabolically good results in your weight. You don't have bloat. You feel very light. There are also other good results, that it's also, I mean, brain fog. I don't even know how to spell it, this thing. You have so much mental clarity, so much energy. You don't feel all the time that you need to eat something. In the past, if I didn't eat like 2-3 hours, I was always with a protein bar, with a energy bar, around, and I couldn't do without it. But this is not normal. Evolutionary, we're not made to eat every 2-3 hours. We need to give our body a break.
It's gluttonous. It's just like emotionally like overload. It's too much. It's emotional eating. It's like, hey, let's meet up, let's go eat. Or hey, let's do this. It's like a thing where people are like, oh, what should we do? Like, let's go eat. Like, no, it's a sacrament. You just don't, you know what I mean? It's like it's very mindful, and it's a
Yeah, and
it's a
it can really
gift.
liberate you. It's a very flexible. You can do it. I mean, you don't. You can start even. You don't have to do 16-hour fasting from the beginning. You can start from 12 hours and 14. And for everybody is different. I mean, me personally, I prefer the 14 hours fasting, and 10 hours the window that you can eat. Or some days you feel that you need more food, you are not you don't want to fast, or some other times it's okay. Sometimes you're eating earlier in the day, sometimes you eat later in the night, so you don't eat your breakfast, you skip your breakfast. And even the word, think about it, people. Breakfast, it's like breakfast. It's the time that you break the fasting, but you don't have to eat the time that you wake up. And if you think that all the hormones.
I never do. I'm never hungry in the morning. Like
Yeah, and this is normal, because in the morning when you wake up, the adrenaline, cortisol, all the hormones that are for the fight or flight response are in the higher level, because in the past, when we didn't have all these amazing products in the supermarket
distractions.
around us, when you woke up, you didn't have the food. You have to chase the animal, and kill it. You have to go find your food. So you needed energy. So in the morning, the body, because it's a very clever system, it provides you the hormones and the energy that you need to, go and be more active. So when you are in this situation, it's not the best time for your body to eat, because for your digestion, you need your blood in the stomach, and all the energy is going for your digestion. So people be free and choose when you want to eat. And it has really amazing results, in your balance, in your focus, concentration, your resourcefulness, your energy. And you can start slowly. You don't have to start, 16-8.
But
So yeah.
like you said, we every individual is different, and we have to find out like a right groove and a test of like, try this, try, don't do this, try this to see what works for the individual. So yeah. Real quick, through my experience, I've only done intermittent fasting a couple times. So the first time it was like, okay, I didn't eat for 16 hours, and then within a 4-hour window, I could eat whatever. So I was like, oh, I can eat whatever. Even though I'm mindful, I still, ate things that I'm not doing now. So I've been doing an intermittent fast for 23 days now. And the first 3 days, I didn't have anything but water. I was just like, I needed to mentally and physically just detox. Like I was ready for a change. So the first 3 days, I had no food whatsoever. I wasn't interested. It was like I was gearing up to wanting to like psychologically detox and just really like go for it. So that was my first 3 days. And then I downloaded the Zero app, that my friend shared with me. And I've been doing it ever since. And I set the bar for 16 hours, but I've been going like 20 to 23 hours with no food, just water, and then having a nutritious, yummy meal, but all plant-based and things we've been talking about, no junk whatsoever. However, I would like to mention, because I have the Zero app, I actually heard a podcast the other day from, I think he's the creator of Zero, but it's the Dr. Peta Ayata. It's Attia, and he actually said during the the crisis that's going on around the world, it's not the best time to be doing intermittent fasting. So if you're isolated, like you are, like I am, and like we know what we're doing, and we're not going outside and things like that, and you're just really isolated inside, okay, he said it would probably be okay. You'd have to check in with yourself. But he said this point when you get to that reaching point where you're about to have food, like your immune system drops a bit. And right now we're not in a position to have our immune system be dropping at all. So he advises people who are around other people or who are going in and out to not actually intermittent fasting right now. He is on a farm somewhere and he has non-perishable food stocked up for a year. And he's just not intermittent fasting. He's just like eating like a lot. So I just thought that was kind of interesting to hear about. So I was like, oh, okay, well, my goal was to start with 40 days when I initiated this. But then after hearing what he just said, I'm like, okay, I've done it for 23 days now. Maybe I should just lax on the 40 and kind of pivot to being more mindful, but maybe not. I didn't think I was being strict. It was just, it's been a natural flow for me, but being mindful if I'm feeling like, okay, maybe I should eat or something, like go for it and not hold myself back because of the sensitive times.
But yeah, it's very important also to tell that intermittent fasting is amazing, but it's not for everybody. You always have to, to talk with your healthcare provider. Maybe if you have, for some specific situation is not the best thing you can do. For example, if you take some specific medications, you have some health problems,
Yep.
you have some, I mean, for people that have some for anorexia, or it's always, it depends. It's not for everybody. So we're just saying that it's an amazing thing, but always you have to work on it with your healthcare provider.
Definitely. So how can people reach out to you if they want to befriend you, connect more, maybe inquire about, some health and
Of
nutrition
course.
tips?
So I'm actively involved in providing my help, my services to people that work, want to reprogram their path to vibrant health, and we can work on it together because every person has the potential to thrive. We are multidimensional creatures, and with the right knowledge and personalized health ritual, that it's something that we make together in my practice, everybody can unlock their natural healing intelligence in their mind, body, spirit dimension. So they can contact me anytime they want in my email, giota8000 at gmail.com, in my Instagram account, that it's giota underscore stri, and I'm more than happy to help more people thrive. Believe me, anybody has a potential if they work on themselves and they invest in themselves, you know.
And now more than ever, since people are really at a standstill, people can really dig deep into their psyche and their goals of what they want to align to. I know I have on many levels. So yeah, for all our listeners, please reach out to Yota and
Be committed to vibrant health. Never forget about it.
yeah. And then well, that was probably the wisdom statement, but in conclusion, do you have a go-to book, an inspirational book that's your favorite, or a quote you want to share with us before signing off?
So, I really like Edgar Tolle, books. I think they're very enlightening and really inspirational.
And then also I think maybe on YouTube, or there's probably audio people can find online.
We listen and we surround ourselves. So affirmations are also another very powerful tool to upgrade your life. So you can use some affirmations even for your health, like I'm happy, I'm healthy, I'm complete. You can say these things like every day to remind yourself, or anything that you want to succeed, in your life.
Yeah, speaking of affirmations, there's like, I have this certain goal and I put it in my calendar at 12 o'clock to remind me every day. So every single day at 12 o'clock when this comes in, I see it and then I say it out loud, and then I bask in the moment. I rejoice it, I sing, I dance, or if I have a moment, well, if you don't have a moment, Ariana Huffington, our Grecian goddess, says if you don't have a minute, you don't have a life. You know what I'm saying?
That's
Like,
true. That's true. But
so
even you can when you wake up, the first thing you do, you go to wash your teeth, you go to the bathroom, you see your mirror, you can stick some affirmations that you want to remember every day in your mirror, and the time that you wake up, you see them. You cannot get away of them. It's related to something that you do automatically.
yeah. Oh, and I was thinking, since we're talking on the topic of nutrition, maybe something can be written out or typed out and put it on the refrigerator. So when you go into the kitchen to the fridge to cook something or get something, you have those affirmations right in front of your face when you go to the kitchen.
Exactly. It's you can be, you can work on it, be creative, and everybody can make their own healthy rituals, as we said, personalized healthy rituals. It's all about it, people.
Yeah, lastly, if another idea I was thinking, if you have a market list, like I have a market list, so if you have a routine market list, then at the top of that could be the affirmations there too, to remind yourself, like when you go to the market, to make sure you're, getting the things that you want to nourish yourself with.
Yes.
And online, do you have an affirmation person you go to, or YouTube affirmation? Abraham Hicks is amazing. Is there a go-to person or YouTube place that you go to, or podcast or app for affirmations?
So I personally hear a lot of podcasts and YouTube videos with affirmations, but to be honest, I like to take from different perspectives. So I don't have a specific one, but I like to change, and it depends, of the mood, of which emotional situation you are, what you are seeking for. We're very lucky because there are plenty out there for every kind of thing you want. I'm constant on this, I'm listening every morning when I wake up, some at least for 10 minutes, something inspirational, from every kind of source.
Do you know Vision? I'm the creator of Mind Valley.
No.
Okay, so I have something for you. So he has a 6-phase meditation. So when we hang up, if you have a moment, type in 6-phase meditation, and that's a really, really great one.
Do you know Gaia?
Oh yeah, I want to get. I
Well,
want to do.
I subscribe to their.
You do?
It's like Amazon Prime, kind of, and you can find any type of documentaries, film series, all about, spirituality and meditation, and it's. I mean, I'm addicted to it. I don't even have Netflix because I have this. It's amazing.
Thank you so much for joining me on She's All Over the Place. It was such an honor to have you, and thank you so much for your moments with me.
It was my pleasure, and be well, all beautiful creatures out there, and can't wait to have another great conversation together and with your beautiful community.
Ευχαριστώ πάρα πολύ.
Thank you so much for joining us. We'll see you next time. Kyriaki, over and out.